Hey, I'm so excited to teach you how to use animation in your Facebook stories. Animation is a new feature in stories and it includes bounce, pan, zoom in, and zoom out. I especially love this feature when it comes to social selling because it's a great way to highlight different types of product photos, clothing or jewelry. It's a great feature to use with before and afters, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that and take what could just be a kind of mediocre, boring story and make it more exciting. Hey, before we jump into today's training, welcome to my channel, the Parisi Pack. I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Stephanie Parisi and I am the leader of the Parisi Pack. It is my private coaching community on Facebook. I love helping busy moms grow their influence and their profits using social media strategies that actually work. If you like what you're hearing, hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell to get notified when new videos are released. Let's dive into this.
How to add animation to your stories. This is a new feature that Facebook just rolled out recently. Okay, so I'm going to open up Facebook and then click the Add to Story button. And I'm going to select a picture of Jakey and I'm going to show you how you can use this animate button. You see it right there? So if I click that button, Jakey is my big troublemaker here. So you can see that there's options here at the bottom. So you have bounce, pan, which is like a panoramic from side to side. You can zoom in. And then you can also zoom out. So for a picture like this, I think the zoom out button is probably the best one and what I want to go with. So I'm going to click edit because you can edit all of these as well, which is really cool. So you have options with how much you want the zoom to be, and you can also edit where it zooms from. So you can see I can really make it from close to far away if I want, but I'm going to do this option, which is the least, and then I'm going to center it on his head so it starts the zoom from his head. And so you can kind of get the picture of what's going on. And then I'm going to add in some words. I'm going to say troublemaker because he is definitely into everything. And I'm going to change the color of this to make it stand out a little bit more. And then I want to add a reflective button so it just makes it more interactive, right? You always want to try to get people interacting with your story, engaging with it. And so I'm going to scroll down. You can see several of them here, but I'm going to go with the flame because that kind of just makes sense with trouble, and position it right to the side of the font. And so then people can hit it and it shoots out flames. And that's it. And I'm going to click share to story. So now let me show you how I would use these animation buttons for product specific or business specific stories. Here's my friend Allie, and she sells jewelry. She could use this picture in her story showing her necklace and earring, but what if you added animation to it? It could make it that much more of a powerful story. So let me show you what I would do to really use the animation feature to highlight the earrings she's wearing. So here I added the animation bounce feature to this story. It's a great one for it because it shows the earring closer up, but then also gives you the overall feel for how it looks as she's wearing it. I added the pull feature and a simple GIF to really give a little bit more flair. This video is so much more powerful than a simple picture. So what about a before and after? So if you sell weight loss products, supplements, fitness clothes, something like that, and you want to be highlighting before and afters, which can be a great option, there's something that you could do that would make this so much better. You could use the animation feature to really make this story stand out, whereas right now, it's honestly not that great because it doesn't fill the vertical space. So let me show you how I would use animation to make this a great story series. With animation, I selected the pan option, okay? And it gives you the ability to choose which direction you want it to pan. So I'm going from bottom to top so you can really get a feel for her body, right? We want to feature that because it's a before and after. Now you can see her after. So I would do this as a 2-series story highlighting her before picture and highlighting her after. You're going to get some curiosity because people are going to want to see that after picture. Animation really makes this story stand out. Let me show you another before and after. So here's one for hair products. You could post the picture like this, but it's not that awesome, right? Because it's not filling the vertical space. And yes, you could use some words or GIF above or below the picture to help. But what if you added animation to this? Let me show you how much better it could be. Here you can see I'm using the animation pan feature. It adds so much more to this before and after. I'm using more of the vertical space. I have a GIF, an arrow, and then a call to action with the poll feature. The video makes this before and after really stand out. Let's do another example. So how would I use the animation feature to make this story even better? This is for someone who would sell workout clothing. I'm going to give you 2 different ways that you can make stories from these pictures. Right now, it's just way too busy and not going to be a very good story because it doesn't use the vertical space and there's just too much going on. Here's the first example of a story that I made. So I zoomed in just on this plum colored tank top. I'm using the bounce feature and highlighting a few of the benefits of the tank top, using the GIF that adds that little oomph, telling people they want it, and then the poll button to be a call to action. Here's another example. You work out harder in new clothes, true or false? This is a fun attraction marketing story because I'm educating people but also showing off my product. The pan option is a great animation for this story sequence. Now I want to show you one more example of how I would sell clothing using the pan animation feature. By making this picture a video, it just makes it stand out. If you have new items that are released every week, here's a great simple way that you could highlight those items in a story. The poll is a call to action. Now let's go over the animation using the zoom in and out feature. Here's another example with jewelry. Let me show you how animation can make this a much better story. Here's the same picture but using animation. I'm using the zoom in feature to really highlight one item on the bracelet. I have a GIF with a call to action using the poll feature. Really makes this story stand out compared to just using the picture. In this story, I'm using the zoom out animation feature. It's just a little behind the scenes glimpse into where I'm working my business for the day. Zooming out just adds a little bit more flair to the picture. Now it's your turn to use this new feature. Brainstorm ideas of how you would use bounce, pan, zoom in, and zoom out to sell your product, opportunity, or service.
If you found this tutorial helpful today, check out some other tutorials I have on Facebook Stories. These include how to add timed text to your story, how to add a mood to your story, do your stories suck? Like, why are people swiping off your stories? And then how to boost your story engagement. This is huge because the whole point of stories is to be more social and engage and start conversations. But how do you do that? Check out that video as I show you multiple ways to boost your engagement in your stories.
Are you looking to grow your influence and your profits online? Then grab your spot in the Parisi Pack, my private coaching community. You can find the Parisi Pack on Facebook.